viewers, welcome to Coders Tube, and this is the second video of our C++ programming tutorial. So in this video I will show you how to declare variables, and I will also discuss about different data types. So to begin with, actually there are several data types in C++. So in this video I will only consider the integer type, and I will also show you how to add two different integers. So let's begin. Before I start, I want to say that those who have already watched our first video are already familiar to this basic structure of C++ program, and now I will declare two variables. Now what is variable? Variable is a kind of thing that we use to allocate a place in memory. So that will be clear when I will show you how to do it. So first of all, write int, int. That means we are gonna declare integer type variables. So to declare variables, you have to choose name. You can choose whatever name you want, but that must start with a letter. That cannot start with a number, but you can put number after the name of at the end or in middle of the name. That will not matter much. Then var2, I have declared two variable. On is named var_on and another on is named var2. And so let's clarify the idea that what actually a variable is. See, here we have declared a variable called var_on. Through var_on we mean that in our computer memory we have created a place which is named after var_on. So what is the size of that memory which we have allocated for var_on? That size of an integer type variable is 4 bytes. So we can put any value which is less than 4 bytes or equal to 4 bytes. Actually these values are considered to be 10 to the power 9, 10 million or 100 million or type. What does integer type variable means? Actually integer type variable means that in this variable you cannot put anything that has a fractional value. This can only contains real number. An integer number, that is 1, 2, 3, 10, 100. These types of integer. You cannot put any fractional value in these variables. So you see, and now we are gonna put some value into these variables. So to do that, just write the name of the variable and just put a value that you wanna keep in this store. Just consider the variable as a store in the memory, and you can consider anything you want that is appropriate sized and that satisfies the conditions of integer type. So you can put it into the store. So this is the way actually you can assign something. See, this is the name of the variable, and then we have put an equal sign and then the value. That means now where we created the place in the memory, now in that place we put 10, and whenever we will use this variable we will actually use the value that is stored in that variable in that place. And another thing that you should look at, that is, when we declared it we use the type, but whenever we will use the variable again in our program, we will no longer need this type. We just need to mention the type when we will declare the variable, but whenever we will use it again and again in our program, we will not need to use to declare this type or mention that type. And then we will assign another value to the variable var2. You see, now we're gonna add to these two values. So to add these two values, just imagine that here in var_on there is 10, in var2 there is 5, but when we will add this two value, we need to keep it the added value or the sum to another place. So we also need to create this place in the memory. So to do that, creating a place means creating or declaring a variable. So let's declare a variable, that is we call it sum or total, whatever you can call it, sum. And you see, if we write sum and equal. Now you will assign the addition of these two variables, that is var1 plus var2. Now the value after addition of these two values, I mean variables, will be assigned to the sum variable. So now you will print the value of sum. To do that, I showed you in our last video how to print something. Here you see cout, but in this case you don't have to you won't have to add the quotation marks. Just add the name of the variable, that is sum, and put a semicolon, and let's run it and see what happens. Before I run it, I want to show you that here the variable on var1 contains 10 and var2 contains 5. So the value after addition of these two, after adding these two variables, will be 15. So that means the value of sum is 15. So whenever we will print it, you see that shows that the value is 15. So this is the way actually we can add two different values or variables, and in the same way you can subtract, you can do anything you want. For multiplication you need to put an asterisk sign. This is called asterisk or star here. So now if we consider, then you will see that is 10 and 5. If we multiply these two variables, then the result will be 50. So now if we run it, then you will see that is 50. So this is how actually these things work, and in our next video I will show you how to take input from users, and that will be of more fun. And wait till our next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you everybody.